Welcome to the reading. If this reading found you, there may be a message here for you, or it could be for somebody you know. Either way, you found the exit. Before I start with the cards, a few numbers. The first one is 646, and we got this one 41 times. So it is a very important message indicating that you are about to receive blessings of fortune, balance, and abundance. And it's a reminder to remain positive and grateful. Okay. We also got 484 3 times, and it symbolizes change, progress, and improvement. And I get the message that God is your strength till the end of time. Okay. We also got 414 23 times. And my personal read on this is to stay strong through this new beginning. And you may be moving out of a comfort zone, but not to worry that you will land on your feet. Okay. We also got 737 23 times. And it means your angels are proud of the progress that you've made along your spiritual path. And I personally get it's a reminder to trust your intuitive insight when moving through darkness. Okay. We also got 171 6 times. And it's encouragement. You are on the right path. And your spirit guides are happy with your progress, urging you to rely on your strengths and continue to evolve. All right. So the first song is actually a spillover from my last reading, which is titled "It's the End of This Cycle as We Know It," and then some. And it's because I mistakenly stated the artist for one of the songs was Soundgarden, when I knew damn well it was Alice in Chains. So consequently, I heard Man in the Box in my head all night that night as, I don't know, punishment, or, like to drill it in to my memory. And I will never forget now. So then I awoke to hearing Wilson Phillips singing Hold On. Specifically, I heard, why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. And then it goes on to say, things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, first we have the 6 of Chalices, also known as the 6 of Cups. We have the Moon in reverse. Okay. We have the Remembrance Tree. How ironic. Next to the 6 of Cups. We have the Serendipitous Path. All right. Getting messages already. We have the Last Quarter Moon with Gratitude. All right. We have Autumn, a time for letting go, lighten your load. Oh, is that reversed? I think it was reversed. And I'm actually hearing Sam in the trilogy Lord of the Rings when he tells Frodo to share the load. Okay. We have Deceit. Honesty is the bridge to authentic connections, lies, deception, and fraud. All right. And we have parrot wax cap with isolation. Okie dokie dokes. Where do I want to start? Let's start with the Six of Cups. Okay. Or the Six of Chalices, rather. Now, the book says the world can be harsh and unforgiving, and it's easy to let the sorrow and grime of daily existence dull the vibrant shine of your being. Okay. It's time to break cycles of suffering, break out of the chains. I'm hearing. And it also talks about baptism, because she's in a river and she's skinny dipping, and using water to wash away negativity. Now, the Six of Cups is generally seen as a nostalgia card, or a remembering the good old days kind of card. But what I'm kind of getting from this is it may be important right now in particular for you to keep up your self-care, in terms of water, okay? Things that you enjoy, like bubble baths or skinny dipping, right? Or it could be as simple as just taking a daily shower to wash off the negative energetic residue that we encounter from going through our day. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go right here, I guess. Now, this talks about the power of memory, which is why I didn't talk about it a whole lot right here. Ancestral connections and the wisdom that comes from honoring and acknowledging the past, and the importance of remembering and integrating the lessons we have learned through pain and the lessons of those who came before us. So now I'm getting 171. Your spirit guides are happy with your progress. And 737, your angels are proud of your progress, in terms of your spiritual path. And so what I'm kind of getting the feeling of is you may be the first one in your sorry, it's 404, in your family tree is what I was trying to say, that is able to conquer your generational karma or generational curses. And I'm getting that's why your ancestors are so proud of you. They're cheering you on, like, wow, you're doing what we couldn't do. You're doing such a great job. I'm hearing there's a round of applause. Okay. I'm not trying to be cheesy. It's just what I'm hearing, in all sincerity. So it's okay. So it's also important to acknowledge the joys as well as the challenges. I'm hearing accept all, reject none. And I'm getting, okay. And use them as a foundation for growth and evolution. 414. You're moving out of your comfort zone of sorrow and misery, I'm hearing, but you're moving into a new cycle, going through a new portal into a new timeline where you haven't quite got your sea legs yet. Okay. Okay. I'm also getting 484 with this. Change, progress, improvement, and God is your strength. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm hearing, I'm I'm actually hearing someone whistling in the dark, trying to push fear aside, pretending perhaps nothing is wrong, turning to denial rather than trusting your intuition, and instead of having faith that you won't be led astray. There's 737 again. You are, okay, you trust your intuitive insight when you're moving through darkness, okay? Because the moon is lit up when it's dark, right? I'm also getting 171. You are on the right path, okay? And rely on your strengths, i.e., the divine, and continue to evolve. Okay, so the serendipitous path calls us to surrender to flow. And now I'm actually picturing Crush from Finding Nemo when he jumps into the jet stream and he's like just kind of flowing with it and he's not really having to swim real hard anymore. So yeah, it may be time to jump into the jet stream. Even though you may have never ridden this jet stream before. And now I'm hearing, hold on for one more day and things will go your way. All right. And now I'm hearing 646 again. You're about to receive your blessings, your abundance. Things are going to go your way. Okay. Okay. So this card talks about being guided toward meaningful encounters and serendipitous situations. Okay, it's so kind of like in Finding Nemo, when Marlin, I think his name is, jumps into the jet stream with Crush. He's being guided to his son, right? Okay. Sorry for the cartoon references, but that's what I'm picturing. So, it also serves as a reminder to pay attention to the subtle signs and synchronicities you may stumble upon in your path. And I say stumble because we're walking in darkness, perhaps. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so there's a need to release the control of every outcome. And I'm hearing it's because Spirit may be trying to throw you like a surprise party, right? Or give you oh, come on, Spirit, a happy ending. But you'll ruin the surprise if you insist on taking off the blindfold. Okay. Interesting. Let's go here. So with this parrot wax cap, some interesting factoids first. First of all, they like to grow in cemeteries where there's not a lot of thoroughfare, and alongside roads where there's not a lot of people walking. So obviously not like a sidewalk, but like a old highway where there's grass and moss. Okay, and second, they have no lookalikes, so they are not easily misidentified. Okay, so what I kind of get from that is you are truly unique, and there's no one quite like you, even in your ancestral line. Okay, and I'm speaking energetically, spiritually, and I also get that you may grow best when you're left alone and not messed with. Okay, so I'm also hearing much like a mushroom, you may have been fed shit and left in the dark. Okay? Which you have been transmuting into your evolution, into growth. Interesting. Okay. So, I'm being called to say it. One of the reasons I felt inclined to pick from the mushroom deck was because the man in the box, he talks about having his nose shoved in shit. Okay, so yeah, and I'm also getting with the man in the box that the box that you were, I'm hearing, born into was the box that your parents were born into and their parents were born into. And you're busting out of the box and learning how to be liberated, how to live a liberated life. And it's not in your comfort zone. It's not something that you have a lot of practice with, perhaps. Okay. All right. So, with this gratitude card, I'm getting a couple reads from it. First of all, where do I start with this one? The accept all, reject none. Be grateful for all of it. Because it's all leading you down your path. For example, okay, this is a weird one, but okay, so you're stumbling along your path in the dark and you stub your toe on a boulder, right? And then you cry out, ouch, that hurt. And then that wakes up a snake, a rattlesnake on the other side of the rock, which you would have stepped on had that boulder not been there, right? And a stubbed toe is a lot less painful than a rattlesnake bite, okay? So it's important to be grateful for all of it. The challenges, the joys, because it's all leading to our evolution. Okay, and one can't exist without the other, is the other thing. And now it's 414. Okay. I call them out when I see them in the reading because I don't want to interrupt and write them down. So when I re-watch the video, I'm able to write them down then. So that's why I'm not. But it's interesting that 414 is in this reading and I saw it. So, okay, getting back to where I was going with this. Another interesting factoid about the parrot wax cap is that it grows in autumn. Okay. Okay, so okay, now I'm going back to you're kind of getting used to walking on a new path, walking out of your comfort zone. So it may be time, this is what I'm hearing. It may be time to let go of the crutches, i.e. maybe vices that you have used to cope with the negative residue that we encounter in the world, in order to cope with the generational karma that you've had to work through. And with this being reversed, I kind of get that you are in the process of doing this. So yeah, continue letting go of the crutches, the vices, And so you can build up the strength in your legs. Okay. Now I'm getting a training wheels reference. So it's time to take the training wheels off and cope with pain or disappointment or circumstances out of our control without the added support. Because, oh my goodness, my cat just came up to say hello. All right. Might be time to wrap it up. Sorry about that. Okay. So with this, I'm really just kind of getting the whistling in the dark. It's time to acknowledge fully that you have been riding with training wheels or crutches or vices, and thank them for helping you get your balance right, for training purposes, and basically thank them for their service and let them go, and fully acknowledge what the challenges can do for your growth and your strength. Okay. And trust in your spirit guides and in your intuition that you are on the right path, and you will encounter obstacles, but they are placed there for your highest good. Okay. And nothing will be thrown at you that you cannot handle. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. The world is telling me it's done. Okay. I hope that the messages find who they're meant for, and that you're able to glean something helpful or some encouragement or confirmation from them. Okay. All right. And with that being said, if you like the way I read, I truly appreciate all the comments, the shares, the subscribes, the likes. I love the likes. And I will catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.